Hello and welcome back to Jesus is Soul. My name is Shimon Klinger. Please hit the like, subscribe, and notification button. Maybe you know people who could really use this information. Share it with them as we spread this message. Today we are going to read a Zohar portion that draws the energy of financial plenty, of prosperity, and of financial sustenance. I know that in many Christian thoughts, it is good to be poor. This is not always taught in Kabbalah. In fact, when we have more, we are able to share more. When I was in my late 30s, the thing that I wanted most was to get married. It wasn't financial abundance. Because of the study of Kabbalah, I read the Zohar portion about drawing a soulmate. And though it was a very difficult process, I finally found and married my soulmate in my late 40s. I was sort of a late bloomer. Similarly, despite the relatively advanced age of both me and my wife, we were still able to draw a child using the power of the Zohar in the portion that we read in the last video. The section that we are going to read today, as I said before, draws the energy of financial abundance and prosperity. This is something personally that I am still struggling with, quite honestly. And I am reading this section every day because I am still striving to bring into our lives, the lives of my family, greater financial abundance. And so, as we read this particular section, we want to meditate for ourselves, of course, but also for other people that we know that could really use a greater financial abundance in their life. And as we do this, we also draw that into our life. Changing our lives and changing something as huge as the amount of money we may earn oftentimes takes great spiritual work, but that doesn't mean that it's impossible. So we are reading this with the knowing that it is possible to change every aspect of our life, and specifically in this session, we are going to be meditating to open up the channels of sustenance using the Zohar and drawing into our lives greater spiritual light. So let's begin. So the Zohar portion that we are going to be reading today is from the Torah portion called Maketz. What this simply means is that the Torah, the first 5 books, are divided up into different weekly sections. The section that this particular Zohar portion comes from is from the portion of Genesis 41 through 44:17, I think. The verse that leads to greater financial prosperity is Genesis 47:14. We are going to be reading from chapter 5 in the Zohar portion of Maketz, starting with verse number 78. As we do this, we ask for all of the power of the Tzaddikim, the holy souls, as well as the soul of Jesus, to help us draw this energy for ourselves and others. Verse number 78. Makativ, Vayiket Yosef et kol, had kesef vayitchid itchatzeh, dehachar nahar benaged nefek. Huleket kola v'chotra be'kima v'dahi razadikti v'yitenotam elokim barakia shemayim v'chola ichu kika yoot v'day Yosef be'e lamishlat al machuta. In English, it is written, and Joseph gathered all the money. This comes from Genesis 47:14. So it should be, for the river which flows from Eden, Yesod, called Joseph, gathers everything, by compromising and receiving from all the other Sephirot, and comprises all kinds of riches. This is the secret of the verse, and Elohim set them in the firmament of heaven. For Yesod, called firmament, shines on the earth, the secret of the Nukva. And all is as it should be. For surely Joseph, the secret of Yesod, should rule over the kingdom Malchut, the Nukva, and shower abundance upon her. What this is speaking about is how spiritual light is drawn into our world. Spiritual light is one. It is not differentiated. The only time it actually gets differentiated is when it arrives into our physical reality. And so therefore what this is speaking is if we are aware of how things manifest in this world, then we can have some sort of influence about how it is manifested. So in this particular section, when it talks about Yesod, we are talking about the floodgates through which spiritual light arrives into this world. Verse number 79. V'tachazeh kativ, v'yirkevoto mirkavet hamishne, man mirkavet hamishne. Kucha brechu aved le la sedik shlita bagin de hamine, it zan alma de itzrik la it zana vekucha brechu it le raticha ila'a ve it le raticha tata'a raticha. Tata'a hi mirkavet hamishne. V'Yosef sedik ikre, v'le de it chatze le mechave rachev al mirkavet mishne, Hamishne asher lo lekucha brechu v'chula yichu beraza ila'a lemechave kegavna delela. Verse number 79. Come and behold the verse. And he made him to ride in the second chariot which he had. He asks, what is the second chariot? And he replied, the Holy One, blessed be he, made the righteous governor, because the world, the Nukva, is and should be sustained by him. The Holy One, blessed be he, has an upper chariot, Chesed, Gevurah, Teferet, and Malchut above the chest of Zerampin, and a lower chariot, the secret of the Nukva. The lower chariot is called the second chariot, and Joseph, who is called righteous, namely Yesod, is worthy of riding the second chariot of the Holy One, blessed be he, as everything is in the likeness of the world above. Verse number 80. Tacheze, Vaikra'u lafanav avrech, my avrech. Kashrut da'it kashar shimsha b'sechara v'chola karin le'kavel tarda. Venotonoto al kol ama v'kalcho dan legabe uvginda kola beraza ila aihu. Verse number 80. Come and behold. And they cried before him, Avrech. He asks, what is Avrech? He answers, he is the connection between the sun and the moon, which is the secret of Yesod, which joins Zerampin and the Nukva. Everybody kneels to that place, for bowing during prayer alludes to Yesod, who is called blessed, Baruch, and is called Avarech after the kneeling, which is derived from the verse, and he made his camels kneel, Vavarech. This is a reference to Genesis 24:11. He rules over the world. He rules over the whole world, the Nukva, and all its inhabitants of the world are thankful for the plenty it pours onto them. And then all then proceeds according to this supreme mystery. Verse number 81. Tachazeh, kuchabrechu aved malchuta de ara ke'en malchuta de rekia v'chola de kekavnada. V'chol ma da it aved be'ara kima kame kuchabrechu be'kadmeta tachazeh. Malchuta kadisha la kavel malchuta shalimata ad it chabar. Be'avachan bagin de kuchabrechu avad le malchu ila la it nahara miraza de avahan. Verse number 81. Come and behold, the Holy One, blessed be he, creates the kingdom of earth in the likeness of the kingdom of heaven. Thus, the one that resembles the other. For whatever is on earth has a counterpart root in heaven. Whatever is manifest on earth appears before the Holy One, blessed be he, in heaven. Come and behold. The Holy Malchut did not reach completion until it was united with the patriarchs. For the Holy One, blessed be he, made the upper Malchut so that it would shine from the secret of the fathers. Verse number 82. V'kad Yosef HaSadik nachat amitzrayim v'kadmeta ichu mashech la l'shechinta lavatar ime tacha shechinta la zla ala batra de sadik uvgin kach it mashach Yosef lamitzrayim v'kadmeta v'netel kol tra be'amakikayo ot uvatar nachatat shechinta lamitzrayim v'kulchu shivtim bada. 82. After Joseph the righteous went down to Egypt, he drew the Shekhinah for him. For the Shekhinah follows only the righteous. Hence, Joseph first went down to Egypt and received all the wealth of the world as he deserved. Then the Shekhinah went down to earth with all the tribes. Verse number 83. Uvgini kach, Yosef de natar le labrit, zacha la itatra, beitra de zacha, de machuta de lela, umachuta, diltata ve alda, kal man de natar brit, kadisha ki ilu ki moraita, kadisha kola, decha brit shakel, b'cho oraita. Verse number 83. By keeping the Holy Covenant, Joseph merited to be adorned in his place, that is, to become a chariot to Yesod of Zerampin, and attained the upper kingdom and the lower kingdom. Whoever guards the Holy Covenant is considered to be observing the Holy Torah in its entirety, for the covenant corresponds to the whole Torah. So that concludes this particular Zohar reading. Thank you guys all for listening and watching. If you are curious and want to know more about Kabbalah, there are new Kabbalah classes that are opening. These are introduction Kabbalah classes and are incredibly powerful. If you are interested, there's links in the description box. Have an amazing day, everyone. See you in the next video.